Alright, hello and welcome. This is Lucy the Bold. Let's see here. I think I'm at approximately episode 179, maybe 180. Anyhow, I thought what I would do today is give you guys a tour of my homes that I have built on this particular server with this character. So this is my underneath my home. It's my main base at the moment. As you can see, I've got almost everything down here I need. Tons of things for crafting. You know, come up here, got even more. Most of these are full. Then we go upstairs. This is the first floor. And wow, he is having way too much fun with that sofa. I almost hazard to guess that he's like the vice president, but I didn't say that. This is my kitchen and my bar. Okay, and then I have under counter storage and lighting. All right. As you can see, it's Emily, my cook. Over here is a little sitting area while you're either waiting for dinner or afterwards to converse with friends. Alright, here's Crowley the Collector. And right over here we have the bod in her little room. And then down the hallway here we have the alchemist and all of his stuff, and the huntress room. Alright, so let's go up. Landing. Okay, so this is my bedroom, and then when I have friends come into the game, Emily sleeps in this bed over here. But when I have friends come into the game, you know, then they use these other beds. This is the main bathroom. I left it open that way all the stinking stench can get out. Alright, so this was originally where I was keeping my survivors when the survivors first came out. So copper for the ceiling, brass for the floor, and then if we go upstairs again, another low landing, and then this is a covered balcony, and then over here is my private study. Let me close this. I actually locked the dog in here, and of course if I have to use the bathroom, I have my own full-size bath up here. So this is where I display all of my armors and, you know, cool things. As you can see. Okay, so that's it for Pebbleton Manor. Jump up here on top of the roof, that way you can kind of see the layout. So my property is completely fenced in. I had done an episode on making a pond, so if you guys are interested, you can watch that. There's my barn over here, and then I have the queen guarding everything. So as you can see, everything and everybody is excited to see me. I put in a pier, that way I can fish. Bucket on the end is to catch fish and put them in. And then I was inspired to use a couple of these statues and put flames into them. This is actually the front of the house. As you can see. And then I have a little patio area over here on this side. I was going to do something out here at one point, and then I apparently stopped. But you can see how far over my wall goes. Alright, so this was my first home. Then we're going to go up here. I don't remember. Yeah, I do. So I haven't done anything yet up here in this area, but I'm way up on a tree, and as you can see, the tree is so freaking big that it actually has wild boar running around up here on it. It's crazy. I'm thinking at some point I'm going to put a village in up here on this. I think it would be really cool. I'll probably have to put a crane or two up here, you know, to be able to get supplies up and down. But yeah, it's this tree is just massive. So it's this one right here on the screen. Okay, and then if we go over this way, we will go to Skyhigh overview next. So Skyhigh overview was my way of trying to create something on a much smaller scale than my spouse's. But basically this is like a retreat where I can come up here and get away from everything. But I am 13, yeah, I think it's like 13 flame shrines tall to get up here. But I can pretty much get to everywhere I need to go. And that's how I got to the place out there in the Blackmire. So I've got a little farm going on over here, and then of course this is my first build as a hobbit home. Okay, and I have enough beds that I can bring over like a carpenter and, you know, Emily, my personal chef. But I really like this place. I think it turned out really nice. This is the master bathroom. And then this is my room. And if I have a couple NPCs over here, a couple friends, you know, then there's enough beds. So that's pretty much it for this place. Initially, this is going to be a pond, another little pond over here on this side. And this place is solid. It's one flame shrine tall, using stone, rock, dirt, starting out at a very small core, going up to a very large, wide core that you see now. So If I want to go over and say hi to the blue dragon, I can do so. You know. So nice view. All right, and then we have, well, you know what? Let's just fly down to it. This is Pebbleton City, and I have greatly expanded this place. What I'm going to do over here is eventually I'm going to put some cranes, because once again, this is one of these places that you just can't get up to, not easily. It's my farm. The cemetery. See, I got my survivors, and they're all pretty much just running around, more or less on their own, you know. And then I'm hoping maybe when they do the next expansion, maybe we'll be able to get a couple more flame shrines, because I'd like to stick one over here and develop this area. But right now I'm tapped out. I'm at 10 of 10. Okay, we'll close that. All right, so one of the homes. Sorry if I'm swinging it quickly. This is my mage's house. Oh, there she is. She must have been sitting down. And then her bedroom and her bathroom. So everybody's got bedrooms, bathrooms, family rooms. Of course, this is the bank. And I do have stuff in each one of these things. And then, of course, I have housing for the bank manager upstairs here.
Hey.
I know he's actually the grave digger. But I don't know. I gave him a different job. And of course, this is where the tellers would stand, sit there and help you out. The community well. This is the carpenter's house. And then this is my other hunter. He's over here. This is his place. And this is my farmer in his home. Oh yeah. He's roasting some corn on the cob. All you got to do if you want to make everything look like it's actively running is to put the small brazier, the stone brazier, into the floor underneath, you know, your cook pot in your oven, and then it makes you look like that's what you're doing. Hello, guys. Alright, here is my smithy's house. My blacksmith lives here. And she's home.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, and then I've got my grand gazebo, where people come in and sit down and eat. And then my first attempt at making a arbor. And of course, we got to have the queen. And I forget what these guys are. I don't know if they're the image of the king or something. And then, of course, this is my home, my palace. And Gabriella protects this place. And Hannah is in here wandering around somewhere. This place is huge. I do have a video on it if you want a more in-depth tour. Okay. There's 2 stairways coming upstairs. But this is my private one that comes right to my bed chambers. And I like all the lighting I have. And of course, the vault. The vault. And then I have my own bathroom. Upstairs grand hall. Got a lot of work still to do in here. Oh, there's Hannah. This is Hannah's room. And her daughter, I think, stays in this room. Unless if she's stuck in one of these other ones. This is Gabriella's room. Oh, yeah, that's where she's at. I knew she was around somewhere. This is me. She's the new lunar person. I'd forgotten I had placed her over here. But these 2 bedrooms are in the tower. Each one of those 2 towers. Okay, and then this hallway. Oh, there's Hannah's daughter. Right there. And then this goes upstairs to the attic. Where I have tons of room to do something. I don't know what yet. Let's go back downstairs. And then we'll go over here. And we'll go down again. Okay. And then if I wanted to have my blacksmith in here for something or my carpenter, all I gotta do is assign them to the bed. And then my emergency exit to escape. So, yep, it overhangs. I really didn't feel like messing around with putting stone in underneath of it. I know that's probably a shortcoming to a lot of people, but hopefully you can forgive me for that. Alright, so the next place we're going to head to, what's that? Oh, okay, is my desert oasis home. And I did a special feature on this place as well. So the kill zone is still here. I think it's, yeah, it used to be down a lot closer to my home. It was like actually like right in here or something like that. So as you can see, this one I gave a lot of supports to. Yeah, let's go up. I like this build. All these different porches and balconies. And then the flag standard with the lights shining up at it. instead of putting lights on the house, I decided to use the gnomes. So we'll go in through the kitchen, because that's where you'd bring the groceries and stuff at. It's a nice sized kitchen. I decided to put a well in, that way I didn't have to go out and try to find water. My family room. That's the back entrance. Okay. And this is the exit to the front of the house. It's a nice porch on it. This is for a couple of hirelings. Main bathroom. And then we have another bedroom up here. So that is this place. Okay, and it overlooks Weaver's Cottage in East Lapis. Okay, the last place that this character has. So you see I have the forge, and I have one up here at Dragon Mountain. And then I have another one here. But the last place, my last home, is inside of a silver mine inside of the Shroud. So as soon as I found out that there was a dead spot inside of the Shroud, I decided I had to build. It was a no-brainer. Let me get rid of this thing. Close the door. So anyways, bedrooms in here. So the Shroud is fluid in nature. This is the over the top of what used to be the silver deposit that you find in this cave. But anyways, yeah, the Shroud is fluid in nature. So when I was building it, I had to sometimes wait until the Shroud would leave. You know, and it doesn't move much. It's only like a few feet to be able to put a wall in. Okay. But I still don't know how this thing is able to rebuild. It shouldn't, but it does. So something for you to keep in mind, because when I look on the map here, you know, I have silver deposits just outside. Of course, you have New Cromville, the cave entrance, and then, you know, there's all kinds of stuff around here. All right. Oh, I forgot to show you guys. I know it's on a video. Let's go back over here. So about a month or so ago, maybe 2 months ago, I did a fall festival. Okay, and then I set booths up. I used rugs, because this is about, I think this was about the beginning of using XYZ for access control. So I was able to do all kinds of creative things, you know, like putting a pumpkin head on the scarecrow. Because this guy sells pet foods, livestock food, and then we have a wizard getting money selling old spell books, pictures. This guard is selling you securities. We have another mage over here who's been concocting potions. And then I thought this was really cute. I forgot to put clothing on this person, so I just put a box on him. Of course, this person obviously comes from a very cold climate. We have another food vendor. We have several food vendors. So, anyways, that is it for my video. I wanted to keep this one short and sweet. I have been making videos on Tainted Grail, okay? And then I just started doing one on a brand new game called the Ark, New Ark. So the New Ark is more of a D4 overview, head view of yourself, unless if you're reading something or going inside of a building. It's very reminiscent of playing Baldur's Gates, the first one, or playing the first Diablo video, or playing the original Dragon Age game, where you're more or less on a rail system, and there's tons and tons of storylines. So it's not something that you just zip through. You get hirelings and sidekicks that you find. You can interact with certain people. You can pickpocket people. You get into combat situations, and everything is set up on D4 rolls, which have to be under a certain number. So the higher your score is in that number, then when you roll, as long as you roll underneath of it, then you succeed in your observation or skill check, whatever it is that you're doing. So I am doing videos on that now as well. So it's not just Enshrouded anymore. But with that being said, thank you very much. I appreciate everything that you guys do. Have an awesome day. Please hit the like. Please hit subscribe. And I'll talk to you next time.